Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining 7 Wonders. In the first videos I've shown you how to play the game. Now it's time to actually have a playthrough. I've set the game up for 3 players. Now, remembering that this is going to be pretty tricky to do a gameplay playthrough with only one of me. So please bear with me. Remember that all of the actions on each round for each player will happen simultaneously. So this video will be actually 3 times longer than each portion of the game would have gone for. So starting with Ephesus. These are the cards that Ephesus has to choose from. I think at this point in time, it's worthwhile just grabbing things that are going to be free as a starting position, but also things that might help us towards that first wonder. So I might grab that grey brick. Those cards will then get passed to my left. Okay, this is Halcinosis. Please forgive me if I mispronounce any of these names. So in terms of free stuff, I could grab the coal or the red brick, which would help me towards that first wonder, but I can't pass up a trading post. So what this one will enable me to do is purchase any of these 4 basic resources off the player to my left for only 1 coin instead of for 2. So I'll claim that one, put up there. It's also a free building. Those cards then get drawn in and passed to my player on my left. And now Olympia will need wood for his first wonder. Now there's a trading post with the player on my right for those goods, or I could do the produced goods for 1 from either side. That's actually probably more valuable to me than this one. What else is here? I'm also able to grab a science. I'm not going to worry too much about military yet. I need to build up my resources. Look, I'm going to just throw in the glass resource as a starting position and then pass all of those cards to the player on my left. Okay, moving on, back over to Ephesus. Once again, he can get some red brick. He could pay for this option of wood or stone and grab some coal. Right at the early outset of the game, it's probably worthwhile grabbing this card because it gives him the option of resources that he's going to be able to build. So that then gets placed in over there. That will cost him 1 coin, which he sends to the bank up there, and then passes all those cards to the player on his left. Okay, in this pile there's another trading post, or there's another one of these, but so I'm going to go for cheap goods for future turns and grab this marketplace, and then pass those cards to the player on my left. Now I already produce wood and I've got glass as well in my productions. That glass, I might actually start onto the science trail. So I'm chasing the sciences in Olympia. So that goes up there. He can pay for that 1 glass with this card just here. So that's paid for. Then those cards pass to the left. And we go to the next drawing phase. Okay. I have wood, 2 grey brick, or a papyrus. So the only one I can actually get is this wood, or I can grab this one, which will enable me to get some cheaper resources, or I can just go after some points. I might grab this one for the moment, which will enable me to get cheaper resources from this player. Pass those cards to the next player along. Now, I don't actually have any resources yet, so it's probably worth my while to get some. So I'll take the wood into that spot there and then pass those cards across, and coming in on Olympia, I can create glass and wood. I'm seeing another science there, but that's going to take a papyrus to build it. I think I might grab some more resource and put that in up there, pass those cards across. Okay, back over to my first player again. Okay, at the moment he's unable to create this, so he might go for what's that? That's the cloth or silk. and then pass those cards to the next player. Once again, look, you know what? He's going to grab some points straight away. Not so much about the resources at the moment, so I'll pass that across. This player doesn't have the fabric to be able to grab that science, but does have the coal to grab this military. So look, he might take the military, which suddenly puts him on track to be able to win at the military at the moment, because neither of the other players have gone for military. Now, there's only 2 more cards to place. This player has noticed that military there, but doesn't have the brick to be able to build it. He could grab into the sciences, so otherwise he's passing this science card over to the Olympia as well, which is a little bit of a worry. He cannot build this because no one has the red brick. If he grabs this one, he'll at least have red brick for other people to purchase it off him, so that might be the best way to go. And pass those cards across. Okay. Now this player has also noticed that the science and military thing is happening over here. He could grab this military because he has the wood. He could grab this science because he has the material for it. He might just stay even on the military. So he'll grab this one and start the military track, paying with that wood. And then this player doesn't have the grey brick to be able to purchase this. He could spend a coin to have these 2, or he could grab the papyrus. He's going for the sciences, and sciences tend to be asking for those types of goods. So he'll grab the papyrus and pass those cards along. Okay, this is the last card to be played. So he could jump onto either end, points or science, but he also notices that he can create 2 of the grey brick. So he's going to actually go after that first wonder. Now, it doesn't matter when these wonders happen, but he's choosing to do a wonder, and the other card goes into the discard pile. Okay, now this player, Helicanosis, is going after points, so it might be worthwhile grabbing this points card because they can add up really quickly in the future ages. He doesn't really produce too much goods, so he's going to need money or to purchase things from other players, so he could go for this as well. This one will cost 1 grey brick. He'll have to purchase that from this side. Now he does have a card that will allow him to spend only 1 to purchase that, so he'll do that. He'll spend his grey brick to build the baths, and the other card goes into the discard pile. And then finally, this guy's going after sciences and a little bit of military. I think the sciences are worth more to him. He has the papyrus to be able to build that. So he'll go ahead and build that with that papyrus. And this guy goes to the discard pile. Okay, that is the end of the first era. Next thing we do is work out the military. So Ephesus fighting against Helicanosis. Helicanosis will win that fight. So Helicanosis gets 1 point and Ephesus loses a point. He also fights against Olympia. Olympia also has military and he has none. So same deal, Olympia will get 1 military point and he will get a minus point as well. Okay, I've already done the fight on this side, so the only other fight to work out is Helicanosis versus Olympia. Both of them have a single military, which means it's a draw. Neither of them gain or lose any points for that. Let's call that the end of age 1, and I'll actually stop there. I'm not going to go on to play ages 2 and 3, but you can see how this builds up. What you'll notice is the way this guy here is going to do very well is by chaining. So the names down the bottom here will likely appear on some of the cards that come through. Whenever he comes across them, he'll actually be able to build them for free without the resources. So having heaps of resources here probably isn't as beneficial for him because he can buy them cheap anyway if he actually needs them. This player here is going for the sciences and just needs to collect a few more sciences. Once again, he'll be able to chain a few of these and he might be able to pick up a few militaries with the chaining. And this guy here is obviously going for the wonders and getting heaps of resources, and he'll still be able to purchase some cheaper resources as well. So if this was the end of the game, we would go to the scoring. First we go to the military, and Ephesus has -2 in their military. Then we go to Hyrcanosis, which has a +1, as does Olympia. Then we go to the coins. It's 1 point for every 3 coins, so Ephesus has 1 point, no points for those 2 coins, and 3 points. Oh, sorry, 1 point for those 3 coins. Then we go to the wonders. There's 3 points just here. No points, no points. Then we go to the blue buildings. There's no blue buildings there. These are the civilian structures, if you wish for the actual name. There's 5 points for civilian structures there, and none just there. Next, we go to the yellow buildings, or the commercial structures. There's no points on either of these commercial structures, so no one gets any points. There's none over there either. Next, we go to the guilds, which is a third age element, so we don't worry about that. And then we go to the sciences. If we had the third science in here, that would actually be worth 7 points, and then it's worth 1 point for each of those cards. If I had 2 of these, it would be worth 4 points, so 2 times 2, and etc. So it's actually only worth 2 points at the moment. Then we do some really quick math, and we come out with two, 6, and 4 points. Now that's only the end of the first stage, so that's not an indication of how the game will play all the way to the end, but it gives you an idea of how to score the game as well. So I'll leave it there. I hope that helps you get 7 wonders to the table. I hope that you are able to get a better idea of how the how 7 wonders plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. Subscribe to my videos to see what games I'm gamesplaining. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at the Gamesplainer to see what games I'm playing. If you've got any games that you wish to be gamesplaying, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. And until next time, enjoy gaming.